So John Smith was fighting fucking Muslims before he came to America, just like Christopher Columbus was fighting Muslims before he came to America. I mean, those are facts, but now my opinion is that, like, well, if they were fighting Muslims, they had this kind of mindset that they were fucking killing people and they were fighting people over ideology, right? Over religion and territory and shit like that, and unity of their own people and their own fucking cause, right? Before they got to America and then met up with Native Americans. That's a pretty interesting thing. So I recorded this fucking episode already, and I just kind of noted off all the fucking details, all the different ship names, the dates and shit like that, and all the different people's names. And I listened back to it and I was like, man, this is fucking boring. I don't know if that people want to fucking hear this shit. If you want to get all the really fucking detailed shit, there's like millions of fucking videos of on this guy, John Smith, Captain John Smith on YouTube and fucking everywhere else you look. So I'm just giving a rundown so I could get to the memoir shit in the next episode. So basically I wanted to just get some really fucking important shit. He started out in England. He was baptized. He was in school and then he dropped out. He was learning like different languages and math and all, whatever the fuck he was learning, and he dropped out of school, and then his dad put him back in school, and then his dad died, and then he dropped out of school again. Then he fucking joined the war. Oh, and he did some fucking apprenticeship too with some fucking guy, and then he dropped out of that apprenticeship and then jumped into the war. The 80 Years War with fucking with the Dutch and Spain. The Dutch was trying to get their independence. So yeah, so Captain Smith was trying to become a sailor, and he became a soldier, and he learned how to fight and all this kind of shit. And then he ended up back on some dude's fucking land where he met some Italian dude, and that dude taught him how to fucking joust and fucking fight with a sword and shit like that. And John Smith sat around and read a lot of books as well, like political books and fighting books and all these fucking different kind of books and shit like that. So the dude was ready to fight and fuck shit up, and then so he went back to. He ended up he was gonna go fight another war, and then he ended up on some pirate dude ship, some merchant ship that ended up being like a fucking pirate dude, and so John Smith ended up getting like some 500 fucking gold piece or some shit like that. Ended up fighting Muslims again, and I think it was in Transylvania where he had a duel with a few Muslims, and he fucking cut off their head. He decapitated these three fucking guys. It's known in history for him doing it. Pretty interesting shit. Yeah, this is the kind of guy that came to fucking America. So if you wonder what the kind of people were that came to America at first, this is one of those guys. So anyways, yeah. So he cut off these fucking dudes' heads, and then his fourth fight, it wasn't really a duel. I don't know if it was set up, but anyways, he got into a fucking fight with this one dude, but he lost. And this other Muslim dude fucking took him. It was part of the Ottoman Empire, and took him and made John Smith a slave, and then gave John Smith to some broad that was some fucking I think she had Greek ancestry, and then she fell in love with him supposedly, and she was like really fucking gorgeous, yeah, supposedly. So that's how the story goes. We don't know if it's true, but anyways, that's how it goes. That's what we got now. So if anybody knows any other fucking deeper insight to it, let me know, or let everybody else know, but because I don't give a fuck. But anyways, the dude fucking. So supposedly the broad's like, I want him to learn Arabic. I want him to learn Islam, because if he learns Arabic and Islam and all this shit that we got here, then we could get married. Supposedly. So she sent him off to the brother's house, and then the brother's like, hey, learn this shit. And he's like, go fuck yourself. And then so the dude started treating John Smith like shit. Fucking beating him and fucking chaining him up and shit like that. And then so one day fucking John Smith killed their fucking brother, killed this fucking dude, and escaped. And so, anyways, so long story short, he made his way back to England, and then England's like, hey, how about going to fucking Virginia? And he's like, sure. And so he went to Virginia on 3 ships, and he got there in 1607, and there was another guy that was mayor at first, but he was a fucking kind of easygoing, cool dude, and he's like, hey, everybody, let's just pray. Let's pray it off. And they're like, get the fuck out of the way. John Smith becomes fucking governor. Everything started getting cool. But then John Smith fucking ended up going out looking for some food because it was hard, because it was a drought back at that time. And then he got caught by the Powhatan, right? And then the Powhatan fucking wanted to adopt him into a society. So some historians say. There's a couple perspectives and stories, but so the Powhatan took John Smith to their village, and got acquainted with him, and then was going to sacrifice him. So John Smith says. Now other historians say, well, It was just part of their adoption ritual, and they weren't going to actually kill him. But Pocahontas stepped in the fucking way and saved his life. But hey, does that make any sense? Not really. But anyways, that's what we got. And then they found peace. So that's John Smith. Yeah. So I had already recorded this episode, and it was like 15, 20 minutes long. It was just me fucking naming off dates and fucking chips and names of people and shit like that. But it's not really necessary, is it? Just want to know who the fuck he is and what he fucking did. We're going to go over his memoirs later. And so I just wanted to touch on that. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. You subscribe, thumbs up, share it with your friends and your enemies, and go fuck yourself. Adios.